so we are 13 days out from the race, less than 2 weeks. Big workout, and then we're gonna start tapering down. This is my 4th Ironman World Championship. I went 22nd, 4th, 3rd last year in Kona. So now we're back in Nice. And well, I guess after being 4th and 3rd, it's kind of hard to expect or to want much less than a podium, essentially. So that's kind of the problem with doing well at previous years. But I know the competition is quite fierce, and you know, in my head, I'm like, oh, I'll be quite happy with the top 5. That's still beating a lot of really top guys. But you know, with a podium last year, yeah, again, it's hard to want much less than that.
With the guys up front now, it's going to be a hardcore core race, and yeah, Rudy's been preparing well for the last few months. It's been a series focus on the series in this season, the Ironman Pro Series. It's been going steadily okay. Hope for maybe some better results in Frankfurt, but it was yeah, within what we could.
Yeah, so yesterday I did the typical Super Sunday brick, as I think Christian titled it in a Strava before Frankfurt. I kind of like it. It's stuck in me. So Super Sunday, but on a Monday, because Mikhail Eden, my coach, was at the World Series French Riviera over yesterday, just 30-40 minutes from here. Yeah, but no, honestly, I do that for Ironmans now. I really don't eat much. And I don't feel like I'm not hungry, you know. Yeah. And I never feel like I'm hungry till after race. Yeah. And you know, if I take still plenty of carbs. It's just liquid. Yeah. Like I take 2 of these. Take a bottle of Never Seconds. I literally, as solids, I might take like one bar or something, you know. But that's it.
Then you're good.
And I take gels too usually.
Before?
Yeah. Literally, I wake up and after 15 minutes, I take a gel, and then another one, and then another one before the swim. 154 kilometers of riding with 2,200 meters of climbing mostly over the Nice Ironman course. I live here about 30-minute ride from the main climb, so that works well for the warm-up. And then into a 26 kilometer or 1 hour 38 for yesterday. Run. Oh, see you out there. Yeah. Yeah, I got in France last week, about 8 days ago. Yeah, I did some quite consistent training last week, about close to 25 hours. And then, yeah, a couple easy days, and then into the brick, which is always important to kind of, obviously one session won't change the whole thing, but it's important to kind of validate all the work you've done, see if you can kind of really do a solid race effort. It would be kind of like an easy 70.3 maybe stimulus on the body. Obviously it's longer than that in terms of hours, but yeah, really kind of try to get to that peak with these types of workouts, you know, 2 weeks out. And then from here on, it's just going to be kind of controlled effort. and lower volume all the way to the race. So then I did into the main climb. Did quite a good effort. You know, it was I averaged 358 watts for 50 minutes, and then kept on going on the plateau the whole ride. I wasn't pushing all out, but you know, yeah, trying to do kind of a best long effort, you know, for 4.5 hours. So I ended up normalizing, you know, 313 watts or something, and a little under 300 average. So, you know, really solid ride. I mean, something that even in some races I haven't done. So obviously in races you're aiming to go as fast as you can without necessarily putting as many watts as you can. You know, kind of maybe playing with the group or sometimes not pushing the pace when you obviously your body could. There's all sorts of things you can do in a race, but here, yeah, just trying to get a really solid effort in, and the downhills as well. It was a bit cooler day yesterday, so it definitely helped a little bit with the general effort and watts. But you know, the watts were in the legs, and the legs did the work, so that was really good. A lot of the downhills in wet conditions. Same as 2 years ago. I mean, it's just bad luck. My super brick day comes on the coldest and wettest day. I think a lot of people would be a bit panicked to do the race in wet conditions, but yeah, actually I would quite like it in a way, because I kind of like, you know, how you have to adjust your trajectories when you're in wet conditions, and how it's, yeah, very different. And a lot of people would be quite scared about that. So yeah, it could be fun, but at least I know I'm prepared for that. Yeah, so did the whole downhill into Saint-Laurent-du-Var near Nice. Quick change, met Mikhail there for the transition and into the run. Yeah, I mean, obviously I was a bit tired, but fairly good. 36 k's an hour average for the whole ride. Quite good, especially with a lot of wet downhills. Power was solid, so now we go run. So the run, the plan was just steady, kind of steady race pace for the whole run. So plan was 1 hour 40 or 26k, kind of whatever came first. At least that's what it became during the run. And I hit 26k in 1 hour 38. I was around 3:45 a k, which is 2:38 marathon pace. And I wouldn't say it was easy, because I also had a 2 hour 10, a pretty big, my biggest run of my life actually in training, 4 days before this brick. And that was almost 34 kilometers. So the legs could definitely still feel it a bit, got sore fairly early on the run. And for the 2 hour 10 run, you know, they didn't get sore pretty much, which is a big win for me. Usually I get sore quite early running. And yeah, so did 1 hour 38, 26k, 3:45 a k. Solid run, steady. And yeah, very good day of training. And my legs were a bit in the hurt at the end. It always does that.
You lose a second.
Yeah. 3:45 is said, now it's 3:46.
Classic.
Yeah, in terms of what I'm expecting from the race, or kind of the race dynamics, there's a few new guys in the race, so you know, yeah, it's a very solid start list. All Ironman winners, all guys that have proved to do really well in the past years. So yeah, high level race. It's gonna be a pack. I think the swim, the guys are gonna really push the swim, push T1, push the beginning of the bike. I mean, that's what Jonas is probably gonna do. They're gonna try to get away pretty early and, you know, just do their best bike possible. They don't want to worry about having 15 guys there on the bike right away. So I've been kind of putting a real focus in my swim, as I said actually in the previous video, to mentally be there every swim, and also just to keep the volume up and do consistent intensity week in, week out. So I'm focusing on that for the swim. I really want to have a good swim. Also, it pissed me off to be in the second group in Frankfurt. I feel like on the start line I wasn't really like there mentally to, I have to be in the front pack. I'm going to do everything I can to be in the front pack. I was a bit more lax about it. So for this one, I think I'm more on it. So I hope to be at the front, and obviously, have good legs on the bike and be able to follow more or less the strongest guys or the guys just right behind them. I still think, it's more Christian's job, for example, in case we're slightly behind, to kind of pace more, because if he wants to win the race, he has to kind of keep the pace honest on the bike and not lose too much time to the front guys, because even with his run, if the guys ahead, laid low for example, or whoever else has 10 minutes, he's not going to catch them. So it's not really my job, but anyways, we'll hit the climbs and it's going to be honest anyways, right? So as in 2023, I hope to be, really towards the front end of that main pack, and obviously drop a lot of those guys and kind of be in an elite 5, 6, 7, 8, top 8 of the race maybe, into the downhill, solid downhills, but everyone always talks about the downhills. I think a lot of guys are prepared for the downhills, and it's not a big decider like it maybe was in 2019 70.3 Worlds, where I put many minutes into a lot of guys. Now it's going to be 1 minute, 1 minute and a half, maybe on some 2 minutes max, right? It's not going to be major differences. Onto the run, I'm training, for sub 240. Obviously, I know I can do it. I've already done it. On my day, I would love to obviously get even closer to 235. It's just a question of a couple seconds a K, on a good day, 2-3 seconds a K. Definitely can be done. If I put everything together, it can be a podium. It can also be 5th or 6th. Who knows if some guys are on fire, and that's what I can do this year. So, but as I said before, if you're on the podium on one year, then on every subsequent years you want to be on the podium again or win. That's the dream at least. Just gonna have to execute and do the best I can, and if I have really good numbers for myself, I'll be happy with that, even if it's a slightly lower placing, So that's kind of what's good also with that, is you can look at the numbers rather than just the placing, and if you did your best performance of your life, you can't be disappointed with that. So that's kind of the general idea.